The United Kingdom is sending Remember Monday to Basel and Eurovision 2025 with What the Hell Just Happened? But does it leave us thinking, what the hell was that? Let's review Eurovision. It's been a long while since the UK sent a three-piece girl group, I think, or any form of girl group, I think. So it's a little bit of it's a bit different touch for the UK to be sending. They have not had a brilliant few years. Yes, we did come second in 2022. Then 2023 came near bottom, and then we got 0 points from the Taliban last year with a very, very hyper-sexualized entry. This is much less sexual. It's very musical theatre. Let's have a little listen to what the hell just happened. All right, so that was a little snapshot of Remember Monday. What do you think, Emily?
I think this is a really tricky one. I have I've listened to it quite a few times, and when I first heard it, I would kind of, I'd listen to it a little bit on repeat. And as time's gone on, it's skip, skip, skip. It's a very I think it's a bit of a difficult listen because there are so many changes in pace and like dynamic in the song. I mean, but in my mind, that's something that potentially works at Eurovision because, you've got staging basically that comes with the song. So the girls have all come from music, they've all got a musical theatre background. So you know that they can sing live, which is great and is something that basically the UK has massively struggled with over the past 2 years. So that's working in our favour. You've got the changes of pace in the song, which should provide really good staging moments where you could have blackouts, you could have stops, you can have those kind of creative moments. Problem is, I don't think the UK is going to particularly stage it in the way that it could be staged. I It seems like the girls are going to be kind of wearing their almost trademark kind of floaty, they're all in different kind of colors, floaty costumes that look very musical theatre. And I just don't know the last time that musical theatre particularly did very well at Eurovision. So it's really tricky to judge. I think basically it's probably if because they can sing live, I think it'll do all right with juries. But televote, I'm not sure. Is it? I think it's kind of fair play to the BBC for sending something that is a bit different and that is something that you don't see at Eurovision. But I'm not sure. I'm not hugely optimistic, but that's also probably just being it from the UK as well.
Yeah, I mean, you've basically taken every single point that I wanted to make, and I fully, fully agree with you.
Sorry.
I think, no, no, don't apologize. Normally it's me taking all your points, so it's good. It's nice that it's the other way around. Yeah, I think we both being from the UK, we've got into the habit in the 5 years of doing this of kind of generally overrating the UK a little bit. So it's a bit weird for us to both be on the same page and that we're not quite sure about it. And your point is on it being a difficult listen is 100% right because, as I've said before, the best Eurovision entries can do two things. There are like radio Eurovision entries and there are performance Eurovision entries. And the best ones can do both. And they work. And they're the ones that do well. Spaceman came to life on stage, but it works as a radio song. Fuego, absolute bop when you've got your headphones in, but she brings it to life on stage. They find a way, the song works in its own right, but then you give it another edge. I wouldn't mind watching that performance. And this is I know already this is going to struggle because I don't find it that enjoyable a listen experience because of all the different changes. It's frantic. I think there are four different paces in the first minute of the song, and it's just I'm a bit like, whoa! It's almost it's quite overwhelming. But I think it's we know that this has been written for Eurovision because they've said in interviews they were picked first. They were told, right, write the song, and this is what they came up with. So a bit like you maybe it's wishful thinking. I think hopefully they will have staging. It's been written in order to be staged. That doesn't take away from the fact that as a song, I don't think it works and I don't find it that enjoyable to listen. And generally, 9 times out of 10, I'll skip it because I'm not a big musical theatre fan anyway. But even within that, I just find all of the step changes a little bit too much and it doesn't quite work for me. That said, their vocals are exceptional. I mean, glorious. The juries will gobble this up, and I can see this. We'll get more into this in a minute. I can see this getting a very like Lucy Jones style score where it'll come like bottom of the top 10 with the juries, but will come like low single digit, like low double digits, high single digits with the televote, and it'll come 15th, 16th. So I think that that's kind of how I see this going because it will come to life on stage a bit as a song. For me personally, it doesn't work. Well, we know they don't have to worry about qualifying. Certainly, the UK is one of the automatic qualifiers, as ever. No idea where they're going to be performing in the final either. I've already given my take on where I think it'll end up. What do you think, Emily? And what's your score out of 10?
So yeah, I mean, I would echo all of what you said in terms of where it'll end up. I think yeah, it's jury bait, you know. They can sing, their harmonies are stunning. They can hit the notes. So I think yeah, it should do pretty well with juries. And yeah, I mean, I think part of it could do okay with this elevo. I'm optimistic for like on a good night, I think it could be kind of 20, 30 points televo.
That's
But
not good though, is it? Oh.
no, but it's good for the it's anything compared to last year is good in terms of televotes.
That's very true, actually.
Um,
Anything above zero is good for the UK normally.
yeah. So yeah. I mean, what I'd score it personally is probably it's hard. Judging it as a song on its own, it would probably be a five. Judging it as a kind of Eurovision entry, it could be like a seven. So maybe it's a six.
Fair enough. Average it out. I was also going to give it a six. We're remarkably in tune in this one. It's
But then
extraordinary.
I realized because of the bulk we've done, that makes me put it above Croatia, which I don't think I would. So maybe it's a 6.5.
Fair. I will give, I'm going to give it a six still. I think it's just, as a song, it's not my thing anyway. And that's not, the vocals are what save this, I think. And just hopefully they find a way of staging it that doesn't make the changes too frantic. But we'll see. It'll rely on a good running order. I think if it's fourth or fifth, it's dead in the water. But
Yeah.
at least it's better than Electro Velvet. That's it. I mean, it's a low bar to clear, but at least it's better
It's
than that.
probably going to
So
do better than James Newman.
that is true. That's true. Actually, speaking of James Newman, just to finish this bit of the review, on the fact that I skip it, I found that even James Newman's song Embers, I've downloaded on my Spotify, and I've not downloaded this.
We don't need to talk about my history with Embers,
Yes, we do. Briefly, final moment for the channel this year. Embers was Emily's number one song on Spotify for 2021.
which is so humiliating because I've since removed it because I skip it so much. It's no longer on my Spotify.
We've come a long way in the 5 years.
Full circle.
I think that's pretty much it, really, for 2025. We'll have plenty of reviews next year as well. We've already confirmed it's happening, so that's all good. Hit the bell, you'll get notified every time we upload new content. And we're also in podcast form. And we're on TikTok, and we're on Instagram. We're everywhere. So give us a little follow, a little cheeky follow somewhere. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.